Hello. When I travel around the UK, when time permits, I pop into a tourist information centre for the latest news in the shape of leaflets, maps, books, type of thing. And something I picked up fairly recently, which attracted my attention, is this: World Heritage Sites in the UK. And when I opened it up and had a little look, I was quite pleased and surprised to note that a lot of the places featured here, and there's nearly 30, I had photographed already. So I thought, right, there is a new programme here. Now, as some of the places are featured in earlier programmes, I thought I would concentrate on just three which I haven't dealt with in depth before, and they are Studley Royal. That's a landscape garden connected with Fountains Abbey in North Yorkshire, the city of Bath, and Cromford Mills. Now, where's that? That's in Derbyshire. That is associated with Richard Arkwright, and that is very much where he set up shop. Anyway, you'll find out about it in a moment. So, let's get cracking with this programme, shall we? Featuring World Heritage Sites in the UK. Studley Royal Park, a landscape garden. It was conceived as a prelude to Fountains Abbey, and both are in the care of the National Trust. My earliest photographic trip, that is the one I can remember, was in 2002 with the Olympus E20. Later, I went in 2019 with the Pen EPL9, but it was rather cloudy. Not so good for landscapes, but perfect for church interiors. St Mary's Church was built in 1870 to 1878 for the Marquess and Marchioness of Ripon. The house is gone, but the church remains a focal point, and not just its exterior, but inside as well. The Pen coped remarkably well with its 14 to 42 kit lens, even at a quarter of a second at 400 ISO, and using the wide-angle end of the optic helped to avoid camera shake. Here are a few more shots. I did explore the landscape garden and abbey, but under a cloudy blanket, and the trick is to avoid including the sky as much as possible, because it will add very little. Also, the low light allowed the use of longer shutter speeds to blur the water, avoiding the usage of a filter to reduce light. Must-see places in Bath include the Roman Baths, Pulteney Bridge, Bath Abbey, the Circle, and Royal Crescent. However, the leaflet that I showed you at the beginning of this programme emphasises how Bath's 18th century architecture is laid out in terraces and crescents, built in harmony with the surrounding Cotswold landscape. It will involve a bit of a walk and a climb, because one of the best ways to appreciate this unique blend of country and city is seen from Prior Park. On higher ground to the south, the park sweeps down to the city. The 18th century house still stands on land once owned by the Friars of Bath, and it is now a school. The Derwent Valley at Cromford is all about Richard Arkwright's inventions. Now, as a prelude, I was taken by a friend to Black Rock, a superb viewpoint overlooking the valley, a valuable insight to its geography. Down in the valley is Cromford Mill, the first water-powered textile mill, a successful venture resulting in the birth of industrial-scale production. It is possible to walk by the adjacent Cromford Canal, at first opposed by the mill owners in the belief that it would interfere with water flow. Here is a brief tour of some of the other places listed by UNESCO as World Heritage Sites in the United Kingdom. Like the UK's national parks, it shouldn't be assumed that places left out of the count are not worth a visit. Now, very occasionally the reverse happens. That is, a UNESCO place is delisted, which unfortunately happened to Liverpool due to developments threatening the value of the city's waterfront. A few years ago, I enjoyed a day trip from London by train when it was still listed, finding much to photograph, and not just the docks, but 2 cathedrals as well. If time, ferry across the Mersey and look back from Birkenhead. It is quite an amazing sight.